quack doctor who continues to practice medicine in Alberta despite having been found guilty in Saskatchewan of sexual misconduct toward women, including a 16-year-old minor, revealed to have also been found guilty of overbilling taxpayers almost $250,000. Imafiden Thomas Izikor, a Nigerian man who claims to be a doctor, was banned in Saskatchewan for sexual misconduct after the Saskatchewan College of Physicians and Surgeons took almost 7 years investigating allegations of sexual assault and misconduct made by several women. Imafiden was essentially granted amnesty by Alberta's College of Physicians and Surgeons to practice in Alberta during his ban in Saskatchewan. Can I see Dr. Imafiden Izikor? Does he work here?
Yes.
While most Albertans are outraged by Alberta's College of Physicians and Surgeons allowing what they call a sick, perverted predator to practice at a medical clinic in Edmonton, the troubling baggage Imafiden Thomas Izikor brought to Alberta isn't just his history of sexual misconduct toward women and a child who was entrusted to his care. Questions arise as to whether Izikor is a legitimate doctor or just another man from Nigeria who took advantage of weak verification systems of Canadian medical boards to pass as a doctor.
His licenses immediately need to be taken back, and a thorough investigation into his academic credentials needs to be conducted by competent authorities that do not exist in Canada.
According to a Texas Medical Board ruling found by researcher Bob Ray, Izikor was banned from referring to himself as a doctor by the Texas Medical Board in 2014. Yet, Alberta's Medical Board still allows him to see children and women at the Edmonton clinic he works at. And now, the Court of King's Bench upheld the guilty verdict of Izikor for overbilling taxpayers for almost $250,000. Not only is the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Alberta allowing a man banned from calling himself a doctor in Texas and banned from practicing in Saskatchewan for sexual misconduct toward a minor, but also a man who has overbilled taxpayers for hundreds of thousands of dollars in Saskatchewan. Questions arise as to how many women and children were victims of Izikor who were scared or embarrassed to report his predatory behavior, and what other misrepresentations he made regarding his credentials and qualifications that were not rigorously scrutinized by Canadian medical boards. And if he overbilled $250,000 between the years of 2016 and 2017, how many more hundreds of thousands of dollars might he have overbilled taxpayers in the years leading up to 2026? Another question arises as to how many more Izikors are out there claiming to be doctors from countries like Nigeria, where the reliability of credential verification is comparatively difficult due to widespread corruption. What more does a man need to do to have his license revoked, to be criminally charged, and should it be found out that he misrepresented himself to obtain a Canadian citizenship by pretending to be a doctor, to be deported from the country? By the way, I'm working on a few exclusive stories pertaining to foreign quack medical doctors and the institutional failures that allow them to continue working in Canada. I just got back from Africa, and I'll be publishing my findings soon. If you value in-depth journalism like this, please consider making a donation at mediabazargan.com/donate. With your support, I can continue bringing the Canadian public more stories that the mainstream media fails to cover. Your support is crucial. Thank you.